What's going on, people? This is Sergeant Z from the Delta 30 unit out of Knightdale, North Carolina. We are going to be reviewing the laser dot BBs sent to us by Preciball USA this past weekend for the event we all attended at Extreme Combat in Durham, North Carolina. Without further ado, let's get to the product. Got the setup right here for the laser dot BBs. We were fortunate enough to get 2 full sample bags. Got 1 sample bag of 0.25 gram BBs, and then we got a bag of 0.30 gram BBs for our sniper, higher built AEG, and of course HPA setups. All of these BBs were tested through HPA, gas blowback, CO2, and AEG setups, and I gotta tell you, everybody was impressed. We had about 20 people out there just on the D3Z side alone. Never mind some of the folks who decided to run with us as visitors and prospects with the BBs as a testing ground for what they may potentially use later on. Again, we want to thank the visitors who came out. Want to thank the prospects. We also want to thank Preciball USA for sending the bag to the entire unit to check out. We're grateful. Hopefully that'll bring some greener pastures on to both sides of the fences. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, Delta 30 for participating in the review, as well as submitting some of your personal experiences, and then Full Spectrum Fitness and Tactical for your support in trying to push more individuals to come out so that we can sample, demo, and promote products like the laser dot high precision BBs that Preciball USA has allowed us, along with other airsofters, to be able to sample and hopefully make a part of their repertoire. For the 25s, I've got a 400 round high cap. This is from G&G Armament. No, they didn't send that to us. I had to pay for it. Same thing with this PMAG here. They didn't send it to me. I had to pay for it. But for the purpose of the testing, we are going to run both of these magazines. Same PSI. I've got, I guess, about 100 PSI set for my HPA rig. I'm running a Wolverine SMP out of a Crytek Trident limited edition LMG rifle, aka the Kraken, and it's just that. It's a freaking monster. Anybody who's been running their Cryteks, even before you go HPA, it's an amazing setup. The boys at Crytek and ladies, they did their job well. I really enjoyed their craftsmanship, and then combine that with a Wolverine SMP. Hell to pay, man, hell to pay. So we're gonna go ahead and take our BBs and get our air rig. Don't mind the house, I got kids. I'm gonna go out here. This, of course, you guys have probably seen this in previous videos. Little additions to it. Got a NC Star reflex sight on it, and a little bipod by Blackhawk. Painted the flash hider black. Didn't really want to go all out with changing the flash hider at all, simply because I had no intentions of really putting an extra barrel on here as of yet. May change the hop up. Hop up leaves a little bit to be desired. Well, the bucking. I think the hop up itself is fine, but the bucking could use some stuff. And for some odd reason, I've got an infestation of ladybugs. What the hell? Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Alright. The beauty of living in the country, right? Let's get it set up. So we're going to be running a Swiss Arms. What the hell? Okay. I don't know what's going on with my camera. That one here again. Make sure we're good to go. Alright. I don't know, it sounded like we had a little hiccup there with the cam. So we're going to go ahead and plug up, set this thing to 0.25s first. While we're winding the BBs, we're going to change our memory .25s. Now the Swiss Arms Chrono, it's okay. I know I've had some complaints about it in the past. Definitely does not like extreme temperatures. Like if it's extremely hot and stuffy, it's not going to do well. Similarly speaking, if it's raining, not really going to do a whole lot for you with the rain either. So finding a day like this is probably ideal. So we're going to see how it chronos with the laser dot BBs. So put it on semi. 404. Now, what am I running here? Let's take a quick peek. I am at over here. Okay, so I'm about 100. So right around about 100 psi. So we'll just say it's 100 psi, 190 joules, 404 FPS, 181 feet. Definitely more to be desired, but let's do that. 422, good lord. 9, good job. .425, 423, 423. 419, 421, 21, 13, 413, 409, 415, 417, 414, 15. Alright. Alright, so we're just gonna let it rip on full auto. Good God. 425. 427, 2000 RPMs. RPMs, rounds per minute. 33.3 rounds a second, 192 feet. Honestly, I really don't need it that fast, so I'll probably drop it down. I'm really surprised it's cranked up like that. Alright, so let's see if we can get over here. Okay, so it's going up a bit. So let's see. Take the hop off. Bring it down some. Alright, let's see. A little better. See if y'all can see that. Put it on 7. Alright. Get that going. Let's see, that was even too much. Bring it down to 5. It's turning something awful. Definitely gotta work on that. Dropping a little bit. This is one of the great things about fine-tuning your setup, because once you start fine-tuning your setup, you really can see how something's performing. Let's just look at a close distance here. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. Bring it up to 2. Still got plenty to go. So definitely gonna have to work with that hop up. I'll have to play around with that, get that bucking right. But as you guys saw, that's kind of what we were looking at with the 25s. That's what happens when you let people use your stuff. It comes back. And then you gotta do all kinds of little modifications. So now we're looking at .30s now, so we're gonna go there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Alright, so .382, 381, 375, 395, 388, 393, there we go. 392, 392, 384, 383, 388. Okay, so definitely some feeding issues here. Okay. Oh. Okay, so looks like that cap. That's one of the great things about checking out different magazines. You see stuff that you may not have seen or noticed before. Okay, so we're easily in the 380s with .30s. Let's go ahead and see what we got with full auto. 396, $3.95. Alright, let's take a look, see how straight they are. And it's done. So just a little under 400 with that. Let's see how far that was reaching. Yeah, definitely got to work on my hop up bucking. Just for fun, we're gonna let this one rip a little bit. Not have to worry about holding it. That's it. So yeah, even around 100 psi, it was doing pretty well as far as getting decent range. Maybe a little over 100. Like I said, that's definitely synonymous with a hop-up bucking issue. There's some inconsistencies on my part as far as the setup. Again, I've been beating this thing pretty hard, so I mean, it's not surprising that the hop-up bucking may be acting funny. First time using this mag, I'm really surprised that it was having the feed issues that it was, so I'll have to look into that as far as the mid caps. But again, it could just be synonymous with that particular mid cap. In any case, we're looking at some solid BBs. I mean, the BBs themselves fed when it was supposed to. Only issues is when, of course, you have your magazines, and it's good that that happened, because a lot of times you have interviews and reviews and little DIYs and walkthroughs and all sorts of recordings on products, and you see the happy and the flawless and some of the things that people want you to see, but never the stuff that could be, hey, look, that's a potential problem I may run into. So yeah, as is life. So we're going to go back in and let's see some of the other comments and reviews that people said on the site. So this is kind of what we had here. This is 3 of the people that responded were from the United States Army, 82nd Airborne. We had some EOD, we had some that were infantry, special forces. A couple of people have said various things, but one of the first was from one of our guys, ex-Army EOD. So I thought they performed well. After close examination, random selection, I found them to be without fault that I could see, and they were consistent, which is what I am looking for personally. I tagged a few people with them and they knew it. Also what I'm looking for. Overall, I like them and I think they are a solid product, and I hope to see more of them as things progress. Once again, thank you, Preciball, for the opportunity to sample your product. I'm impressed. Yours truly, the Earthquaker. Another gentleman, actually a female veteran Army, she said, I found that they performed as well as some of the other brands I've used. There's definitely consistency in spherical shape, extremely limited deformities, consistent sizing when measuring with the dial caliper, and the weight stayed consistent as well overall. I like the BBs and would love to try the bios to be able to compare those as well. My overall opinion is that this is a solid quality BB, and I'm looking forward to seeing Preciball grow as a solid part of the airsoft community. Thank you for the opportunity to try your BBs and look forward to more great things you are making happen. Thanks again. Got another guy who's active right now, active Army, said, I thought they were great. Could definitely tell the difference in them, and the ones I was using, great accuracy and fed really well. Hope to try the bios out soon. So definitely there's going to be a market for the bio BBs. And the last one was a young man who's been in the airsoft game for some time. He said the BBs were great, super high quality, made the Wolverine SMP devastatingly accurate. Now, fortunately for me, because of the mag feed issue, it wasn't as accurate as I would have hoped it to be. So I do apologize for that. But again, this is one of those situations where it's good that you saw that, because you're able to say, okay, this is something that may potentially happen with that magazine. That was a 80 or 90 round PMag PTS. So I mean, it's very likely that the PMags, you may have to hold them up. Like when I held it up, it fed perfectly fine. Now that is also an issue with this particular rifle. The Crytek series lowers seem to have a little bit of play in them. I know there's been a lot of negative comments on that, just having the slight play. Well, as you saw today, the slight play definitely played a factor in how the BBs fed. So whereas the BBs themselves were not problematic, the mag definitely gave something to be desired. Without obviously holding it up into the mag well, then it would perform. So just be mindful. I mean, yours may be perfectly fine in your rifle. Your rifle may have a very tighter mag well fit, and that's good. But in the Crytek, and again, the Crytek, whether it's the LMG, the SPR, or the I think this is the CRB rifle, definitely there are very few, if any, differences in their mag wells, other than the names and what they offer. So be mindful of PMags in there, because you may have to either line the sides, which is still not a bad idea actually, thinking about it. Line the sides of the mag well so that the magazines fit tighter inside, and you should be alright using a PMag. Like I said, once I held it up, it was okay, so not a problem. The metal ones never really seem to give issue, but again, there's always a little bit of wobble there. That's pretty much it for the feeding portion. I mean, the BBs, they shot well. I mean, other than that crappy bucking, but you saw them go out there. Hopefully you saw them go out there. I'll take a look at the video afterwards. But that is what we're dealing with. Got one here. For everybody who's, wanting to look at them, I mean, feels solid, real clean. It's got that off-looking smell thing going on, but yeah, this is what we got. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, I know that it definitely wasn't the most flawless of videos, but I think in the interest of fairness and running into potential problems, it's good to be able to identify those early and discuss them here. And just leave your comments. I mean, good, bad, or ugly, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we're all in the airsoft community. We're really looking to better each other, so keep that in mind, and you guys have a good day. Thank you.